Welcome back, mini truckers and truckettes. Today we have a 2024 Suzuki Carry scissor dump, and we got this truck in from Kevin. He's the owner at Rocky Fork Hunting Preserve out in Newark, Ohio. And he brought the truck in just to do a lift kit, but as you can see, we've done a little bit more than just a lift kit. So I guess we're going to get into doing this walk around on this truck, showing you guys a little bit of the features that it has, and probably all the features, to be honest. And I guess we'll get into this 2024 Suzuki Carry DA16T scissor dump. So enjoy. So this is owned by Kevin. This is his 2024 Suzuki DA16T. It's a scissor dump, folding sides, heavy duty bed, super awesome little truck. Very hard to come by. The easiest way to come by a scissor dump is buying a brand new one, and we'll get into that here in just a little bit on how to do that. So he brought the truck in just to do a lift kit and throw the wheels and tires on that he had. And well, we did the lift kit. It's a 4-inch lift kit, and he had solid black wheels, and he was not a fan of solid black wheels, so he went ahead and had me order the polished and black wheels with the I think they're 6-spoke polished on them. They really set the truck off and kind of inquire a little bit of flash, but it's got the black in them too to go along with the bed. And that's another thing. He's seen another truck that I had here that I had bed lined, and he said he wanted it done on this. He wanted it to bring down the black around the rails. Well, I did a touch more. I did all down the rails, and I even did his tie down hooks on each side of the truck and headache rack and everything. And then he wanted lights, so we added 2 cubes. I think they're 3 or 3.5 inch cubes. 200 watt, 20,000 lumen back here on the back, and he wanted them to where he can angle them different angles and be able to shoot light in different ways, because he does use this on his hunting preserve. And we also added those same cubes on the front bumper, and that's another thing he saw on a truck that we had sitting here was the bull bar, and he wanted to add it to this truck so he could protect the front of this very expensive truck out in the woods. And he wanted the lights to be able to angle out and shoot off to the angles, the sides, so he's on the trails. Well, I mentioned something about LED headlights, and he said, I want the brightest headlights I can get. So I found 65,000 lumen headlights. They're super bright, and they run so hot that they have their own fan built into them. Just pretty neat. And as far as the outside, we just cleaned it, washed it up. It has been dirty and out on his preserve a little bit. It's been very dry and dusty, but it's not been out in the mud or anything yet. This truck's set extremely low, and you can see how small these fender wells are with the little 12-inch tires, or I guess they're 19-inch tall tires that was factory on it. And because of the fender well being so small on these Suzukis, you have to do at least a 4-inch lift in order to fit 23-inch tall 8 wide tires. So the next thing we have to do on this truck is install a rear bumper. It's not on it right yet, just because it's in the fab shop right now. He wanted it to come out to each corner of this to protect his tail pan. As you can see, it's got parking sensors on each side, 2 on each side. So he wanted it to protect all that in case you back into anything, or who knows what's going to happen, unloading stuff, dumping, really protect that tail pan and those sensors. So we did the bed liner. Bed liner turned out amazing, looks great. We even did a bed liner on his rear fenders as well, just to kind of blend everything in. And he doesn't know that we went that far to do that on his bed liner job. tinted the windows. We added a stereo and speakers. Starting out, he didn't want stereo and speakers because he had a transmitter where he could pick up the radio station he likes to listen to on the factory stereo. I told him the price it would be to do a stereo and put speakers up in the dash, and he said, go ahead and do it. Make it right, make it look right. If you're going to do it and put the biggest screen you can put in there. So we put a 10.1 or 10.2 inch touchscreen single DIN stereo in there. That's pretty sweet. And really, I think that might be a lot of what we've done. We did a OBD2 reader, so it does translation into miles per hour. It does your tachometer and a bunch of other different features. And if you check out our website, we have a lot of this stuff on the website and available for purchase. So all you got to do is check them out, and we'll send them out to you. We've done the USB port. We took out the cigarette lighter, put the USB port in there. So it does dual USB port, and it's got Type-C on each side, and it's a fast charger, and it has a voltage meter right in the middle, which is a very nice little feature. This truck is equipped with AC, power steering, rear diff lock, adjustable headlights where they adjust up and down. It's also got adjusting headlights where the headlights adjust up and down for fog or different terrains that you're going to be on. We've also added a power button. This was a blank, and this is a factory style power button for the auxiliary lights that we're going to put in the rear. Super nice little options and features that we have. As you can see, it's got the lane assist that's built into the windshield. So it's got two sensors in there that does parking assist and lane assist as well. This is options that I'd rather not have, but with the ear, you can't help it. As you can probably see there, it has 147 kilometers, and that's it. That's all this truck has, 147 kilometers. So less than 100 miles. This thing is brand spanking new old stock. So the truck's also equipped from factory. Now this is a 2024 option. So 24s and newer, they will have outriggers on each corner. So you got this bed all the way up in the air. If you want stability, you're going to be moving around a lot. There's just a little pin here you pull your outrigger down and let it drop. And these will screw out so you can really stabilize this truck. Now I will say with the big lift that's on it, he's got to use blocks now because with the outrigger all the way out, as far as the threads will go, they're still not touching the ground. So if you're looking at doing a lift kit, how does this work? I don't even know what's going on. All right. Figured out the pin. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to put a lift kit on one, your outriggers, you're going to have to carry blocks with you in order to utilize them. Folding bed sides. So you got latches up here, just like a traditional folding side. You undo the latches, pick that one up, and this will actually slide right out. All three sides do this. And what's nice about the newer ones is I didn't realize this truck had it until Kevin showed me, is you can have this bed up and you don't have to worry about the tailgate unlatching and falling off anymore. It has a pin right in the center to where you can just leave the pin in or take it out, whatever you want to do, and use it as an actual tailgate. You don't have to worry about it falling off if you raise the bed or whatever. The scissor dump is also offered in the Daihatsus. They're more commonly seen in the Suzukis. So you can find them in both body styles that we know today. This particular body style with the Suzuki, it's actually 4 different brands So you got Suzuki, Mitsubishi, which unfortunately Suzuki absorbed Mitsubishi, and you got their branches too. So you got Mazda and Nissan, 4 different brands all in one. You got Daihatsu, which is Daihatsu and Subaru together, and that's the only 2 body styles of K-trucks that are present today. So I guess we'll get into working the bed and show you how all that works. While I'm thinking about it, we did do a little bit of wiring modification with the wired remote. So this is going to be on a hunting preserve. He wants to be able to raise and lower this bed with the ignition off, because you don't want to be sitting in the woods up here for an hour, 2, 5 hours, however long, with the key on the whole time. So we rewired the remote here so you can work it with the ignition off and not drain your battery. Get the remote out here. So with the remote out, simply just plug it in to this port right here on the side of the frame. If I could figure this out too, that'd be nice. The key is off in the truck. We are in dump mode. So you can be standing out here, work your dump. I'm not going to do the whole thing because it'll take forever. But just flip it over from dump to scissor. It's just simply moving this lever right here. Just pop it up. Now we're raising up in the air. I will let this go all the way up. I'm gonna let this go all the way up just to give you guys a visual how tall this bed will set up in the air. So I'm 6'2.5". I'm standing under it. I believe the bottom of the bed is 7'5". Top of the rails are right at 8 foot or just over 8 foot, something like that. And he's going to have a bench that sits on top of these bed rails, and the guns are going to be able to just rest over the headache rack up there and take out the game. And it's like a little hunting blind sitting out in the woods. And there's so many more uses. He's going to be using this setting fence posts, because he has really tall fences. I think he has 12-foot posts, and he can be standing up there, drop his post down, have someone helping settle it in bottom while he settles it, keeps the level up top, and just go along the fence row and doing what he needs to do with setting his fences up, gutters, stand up there, clean out your gutters. Many uses you can do with this. It's electric over hydraulic, gravity fed going down. Magnetic, stick the remote wherever you want, and the remote's long enough to reach all the way up, so you can operate it from inside the bed while it's all the way up. So mini trucks here in the state of Ohio, they are all seen as mini trucks, no matter what year it is. It can be a 1990 or a 2024. They're all going to get titled the same and registered the same. They should be anyway. I know it's not always the case, but to do it legally with the revised code that's been around since 2017, they are to be registered as an unconventional vehicle and titled as a mini truck. So they are street legal. All of them are street legal on roads 35 miles per hour or less, and they're all titled as a mini truck. They're in their own bracket. So that's how we're able to do newer trucks, 24 years or newer, with a title, and you're able to register it. Now they're limited street legal, but how many states are out here that you're able to get into a 2024 and driving in town just like if you would a golf cart or UTV? Not very many. I think Florida is one of them, and there's a couple other ones I believe that are able to do it under the UTV class. So hopefully it clears up a little bit of controversy and confusion. Get on Google, look it up, look up the revised codes, the laws. They're in black and white. If you're watching the video and worried about your registration getting revoked with them rewriting the revised code that's already been out, it's probably because you might be titled wrong. And that stems from the BMV with the out-of-state inspection. When they body type it with the out-of-state inspection, the title department goes off of that. So if you're registered and titled as a pickup truck, I'd be worried too if they want to go through and see who's right and who's wrong with how they're registered and titled. But all of mine are imported legally, titled legally to the state of Ohio. If you're out of the state of Ohio, you want to buy one of my trucks, I don't know if they're going to register it or not. They might not. If they have the off-road type of laws like we do here, you should be just fine. They would have to honor your title for ownership. So there's that as well. Just want to clear a little bit of that up. I know there's a lot of people worrying about it and confused. I've been doing it about 3 years. I've titled probably 60 trucks in those 3 years and not had one issue because I'm doing it right, doing it by the revised code. So I think that sums up with this 2024 Suzuki Carry DA16T scissor dump with all the goodies on it. And I hope you guys enjoy it, seeing something different, seeing something new here. And we will catch you on the next one.